Hello and welcome back, fellow bad strategists. We're here again. For a while, unless they kill us. Which might happen. Probably won't. We'll probably be fine. Maybe. Probably, definitely, maybe. Okay, so this is good for us. We've secured machinery. This is the loot from the independent villages. We've uncovered 7 machineries, great loot, because machinery is worth at least 30. It can go under that, but I would say 30 is a good minimum. So that's 7 times 30 is 210 credits worth of machinery, and the value could easily be double that and possibly triple that. So huge gain early on, then 302 credits. Our money issues are dealt with. Now, we don't have as much financial concern as we normally have, because normally you'd be worried about nationalizing your transport hub, which takes 500 credits. But because our enemy is so close, we won't have to do that for a while, so we don't need to stockpile credits for that purpose. So we're actually in one of the most solid financial positions we could possibly be in. Okay, important to note, they're hacks. City hacks. Very well defended. It's hard to break into city hexes. 47 recon. We don't know much about it. We don't know what's in it. This might be wrong information. Some of these are just question marks. I don't know if that changes. But I think the information we have may be incorrect. It might just be that it wouldn't display, but yeah. They may have more troops here than we see. We're going to handle our decisions first. Remember, you don't have to do them in order. You can do them in whatever order you like. Looks like we don't actually have any huge concerns. Okay, we have the militia parade event, which we will... Well, we don't have money concerns, so maybe we'll spend 600 credits. I'm actually tempted by that. So this will raise our militia. I think we're gonna do it. Normally we wouldn't, but it might work out for us here. We need the credits though. Credits are good. Yeah. We'll do it. 20-point boost to militia. Normally you're gonna take the just 100 points in, and you're generally not gonna not put money in. But militia will be helpful early on. The biggest concern with militia is that they will increase our food consumption because we have to feed them, and that might cause us a lot of economic issues. Now we're going to model design up to 80%. That should get us our models done in a turn, probably.
Yes.
And we don't actually have any cards. We didn't get any cards because we're not drawing cards right now because we're only putting points into power. So we won't have any new recruits. We're just going to shove this guy in, and he's awful. He's the worst he could be at model design.
Roger that.
It should be fine, though. Should be fine. 50-50. 50-50 should be acceptable.
Roger that.
And he will design a... He'll design a rover with a machine gun and 50mm steel plating for 400 armor. They can't penetrate this. I think in the best case scenario, armor negates 90% of hits, and it's also going to increase the HP of the unit, and so this 50mm plating will basically be unbreakable unless the enemy has the best morale in the world. Now, you can still lose units, and you will lose superbly heavily armored units against light, soft attack infantry. But it will happen very rarely, and it will mostly happen when the enemy has high morale. If the enemy's morale is low, and you overwhelm them, they will never break through your armor if it's this high. At least basic infantry won't. And we're going to do a light diesel engine. Well, yeah, we're going to do a light diesel engine because we want to minimize the actual production cost of this unit. It'll make this unit slow. Well, do we want to go with a medium? We're going to go light. We want to save as much money as we can. We don't want to be wasteful. Okay, so, important to note. We built the bureaucrat office. That's done. We're going to start gaining extra bureaucracy points, which will boost our admin level, which will... the admin level is double the square root of your BP increased with the square root of the number of organizations you have. Okay, so you produced 30 BP and received a 44-point bonus. So, yeah, our admin level is going to spike. It's going to go up because of our bureaucrat office soon. What we need to do is make sure they can't cut off our supply line. And we'd preferably like to cut off their troops, but that might not be entirely viable. So I think we'll put this dude here, and this dude here, and this one here. And now they would have to attack alone into this character, and he would retreat back to there, so they couldn't break our supply line even by knocking him down, though they might reduce our supplies to our troops. They couldn't break through here because the ruins will give us too much of a defense bonus. And this is gonna be low mountains, which are gonna be very hard to move over. So they can only attack us here or here. They can do a stronger attack here, but we have 20 units, which is going to be very, very hard for them to do anything against. We're going to hit A, that's the hotkey for ranged attack, and we're going to click on them, and ooh, fist profile will go up. We haven't actually declared war yet, so... Fist is 59, we gain 3% from the declaration.
Yes.
Boom, boom, 61. Very nice. Now we will hit A. Ranged attack. You can also switch between ranged and regular attack. And this is our 4 pieces of artillery bombarding the enemy unit. You'll notice there's a black square on this guy. That means he didn't receive supplies last turn because he was cut off. But that's not really an issue. He should still have ammunition. We're gonna go round and round. Quickly.
We'll
Nothing.
go.
We can check. Nothing. So, that burned a bunch of ammo, didn't do anything. Not really an issue. We don't terribly mind that nothing came of it. You don't gain XP unless you get hits, but it doesn't matter. We can afford to spend the ammo right now. We cannot really afford an operational headquarters, but we can get independent stuff, and we should get independent stuff right now. We're gonna get machine guns because they're really good on the defense. So we'll deploy MGs there. We will deploy MGs here, and you'll notice I'm deploying them away from our settlement because we have logistics going along the road. And as long as we have the logistical points to provide the resources and production down the road, we can recruit anywhere on the road by spending the logistical points with the production cost of the unit. So an MG on either road tile will be exactly what we need, because that will stop any attack against us. We'll get an extra MG there. And we'll get a partial MG there. And next turn we will advance these machine guns to somewhere where they can get better entrenchment, like the heavy forest, which has 200 entrenchment. Oof. And the enemy will not be able to break through our even these little battalions, I think they are. Yeah, battalions of MGs should be sufficient to stave off enemy attack. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna get the recon buggies developed with heavy armor. We're going to start producing them. We're going to encircle them with machine guns. We're gonna deploy recon buggies on the forward road tile, and then we're gonna get maybe 2 units of recon buggies, maybe 3 before we attack. It'll be kind of costly, but we're not spending our resources on anything else, and we're going to minimize our expenditures. Important to note, do not attack every turn. Don't throw your units repeatedly into the enemy. It can be tempting, especially when your odds say you have 5-1 or 6-1 or 7-1. If your morale is too low, it doesn't matter what your odds are. If your readiness is too low, it doesn't matter what your odds are, you're not going to win. You need them to recover, and if you're attacking into a fortified position, the odds are they're winning and you're losing, even if they're taking more damage, and that's hurting your morale, and it's hurting your readiness, and you will break yourself on the offense. Defense is very, very strong in this game. You don't want to waste time attacking. You can win faster if you minimize your own losses. That should be your top priority behind keeping enemies away from your city. Alright, let's see how the turn goes. They shouldn't be able to break us anywhere, but they might in the ruins or trucks. Yeah, that's where I would think. But we lost our artillery first, you'll notice. That's the unit that I was saying is most susceptible. If we go back to that. Yeah, we lost our artillery, which are the ones you're going to lose when you get attacked, but we killed 200 Raider militia, and we didn't hurt their morale. Probably they hurt our morale more than we hurt theirs. They have at least 3,000 Raider militia, down to 2,800. 20 buggies, 600 bikers. The trucks don't really matter, they're not really combat units, but they can soak hits. We developed in a single turn the Crossbilly 2. Excellent, that's what we needed. And we can develop a light tank now. Ooh, that's tempting. Admin's risen to 4 from our bureaucrat office, which gave us more cards. We have 1,000 credits if we want them. We can just take them. That's how strong. Yeah, that's why bureaucrat office, you get a fate pack immediately because you built it. Huge reward. Don't avoid bureaucrat offices. Okay, we move that guy back. We could pull him out, but we're instead going to deploy machine guns into the ruins. They will not be able to break these machine guns. 50 morale, 49 readiness. It's good enough. It's good enough with the entrenchment. We got 125 entrenchment as a base right now. And soldiers, proper soldiers, attack at 3 times the power of militia. So they're not going to break that. It looks like they're not willing to attack into our 20 stack. So we're going to move our MGs up to the side of the 20 stack, like that. And that will make it, they basically can't move out there then. We've hemmed them in very well. They'd have to move into this marsh tile to get around us through forest, so it'd be very hard for them to outflank us right now. I'm gonna take these guys. Ooh, we got another 20 stack of militia. That's very, very nice. Our heavy militia investment is paying off. It's pretty inconsistent. Sometimes you get an extra 20 stack. Sometimes you get 2. It usually takes a while. This is pretty quick, and it may be that it's quick because we have such high militia modifier. This will consume a lot of food though, so we might starve as a consequence, which is something to worry about. This guy, we're gonna move south. And I know you're thinking maybe he should be on the front line, but no. You don't want anything near your city. You don't let your danger level rise. This will destroy you. It will be the most significant factor in losing you the game, is letting your danger get out of control. You gotta maintain it. You gotta screen for enemy units. So we're gonna go explore down here. We're gonna make sure that there's no threat that can enter our city area. And we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna scout north. Yeah, the mountains are really good. Enemies can come over mountains. Don't think they won't. They will. But they're slow in doing it. And we'll have a little bit of time to respond if they do. If they land in this tile, that would be bad for us because we couldn't dislodge them because they're mountains. Mountains are as strong as ruins for defending. However, they're slow, so hopefully they won't move into the mountains. Hopefully. Alright, you know, I think I'm gonna call this episode here. I will see you next time when we choose to develop some light tanks and we take a look at our recon buggies and we start deploying some proper armor, hopefully. So, I'll see you when I see you. Have a nice day.